the 12 Star Fairies.
The Geongak of the Gyeongbokgung Palace. Gyeonggang Hall is the place where the kings of the Joseon dynasty earned the most number of royal enthronements, state ceremonies, and official interviews with foreign ambassadors. The Gyeonggang Hall, which means all words of the word are to be well governed once conducted diligently, is now designated as National Treasure number 223, and is the largest wooden building in existence in Korea. You can imagine that the civil and military officials are lined up side by side according to their grades and positions when looking back after climbing up all the way up the yard of the Gyeonggang Hall. The gorgeous but heavy decor is carefully planted on the stone floor and the stairs. Looking closely at the east and west side from the Gyeonggang Hall, you can find the places called Yungmunru and Yungmuru. They are the storage places of the books for the kings, the crown princes, and the subjects working in the royal palace. They are the symbolic places with the meaning that governing people by literally and stabilizing the rebellions by martial art. You can see the Gyeongmun Gate by following the royal road right in the center of the Gyeonggang Hall. The Gyeongmun Gate, which naturally exudes grandeur that overwhelms the spectators, usually was kept closed when the king did not have to move. The officials used Ilhwamun Gate and Ulhwamun Gate on the left and right respectively. The Ilhwamun Gate for the civil officials and the Ulhwamun Gate for the military officials. As I stand in front of the Gyeonggang Hall, where states, small and large businesses were being discussed and decided, I can feel how small and insignificant my troubles are. Do we really understand even a little what the historical figures wanted to say throughout their lives? Where is the most sought after place of the King Jeongju and Sejong, regarded as the most sage kings in the Joseon dynasty for 600 years? Maybe it was Royal Council Hall where the scriptures was lectured and the civil service examination for government official candidates were taken. The Sajeongjeon Hall, designated as treasure number 1759 today, was named by Jeong Do-jeon, a founding member of Joseon dynasty as well. If you think about the meaning of the word, you will gain, and if not, you will lose. How can the king be the man of discernment if he is not truly ponderous and does not look after carefully? I cannot help thinking more deeply. Every time the king looked at the signboard of the Sajeongjeon Hall, including the meaning above, they must have sighed. Chunchudan Hall, right next to the Sajeongjeon Hall, is the place where the king and his subjects was discussing study and was mainly used in autumn and winter. Unlike the Sajeongjeon Hall, which does not install Ondol floor heating system, it has an Ondol system installed. At present, it is separated from the Sajeongjeon Hall, but they were connected together in the past. Manchunjeon Hall is also an annex building of the Sajeongjeon Hall, where the king discussed with his subjects and gave a banquet. It is symmetrical with Chunchujeon Hall, and it, as the name suggests, is a building mainly used in spring. Ondol is installed in the same way as the Chunchujeon Hall. To enter the Sajeongjeon Hall, the king used the door in the center, and the doors on both sides were used by the subjects. The royal throne is placed at the center, and a dragon playing in the clouds is depicted on the above. Going back from the Sajongjeon Hall, there appears Hwanghomun Gate, bounding for the royal residence area of the king and the royal family. It was a private space for the kings and queens, at the same time a place where the secret politics and interests were running. The meaning of Hyang-o from the Hwanghomun Gate is enjoying Obok, the five blessings, living a long life, rich life, healthy life, generous life to others, and dying comfortably in their own house after establishing hope and benevolence. It seems to be the name that wished the king to enjoy the five blessings, Obok. But I wonder whether the kings of the Joseon dynasty really enjoyed them. After passing Hwanghomun Gate, the Gangneungjeon Hall, the royal bedchamber hall, comes out. Three the chimneys were built a little far from the hall to prevent fire. It has been swept up and fired several times. What is unusual is that there is no main roof bridge, Yongmaru, on the building. It is said that it was removed because it would push down the king himself. It is in the position of the dragon, if it exists on the roof. The name of the Gangneungjeon is derived from living in the healthy way, in Obok, the five blessings. Jeong Do-jeon, who made the name, is delivering the advice with his heart and soul by borrowing the poet of Mugong, that to not have a lazy and complacent life, in opposition to the real meaning of it. Around the Daecheong, main wooden hall, all the rooms are lined up on the left and right. At the front, a wide workday was set for mainly enacting rituals. I can feel the heavy burden of responsibility that the king had when the appearance of the main wooden hall and the workday was shown to his living place before going to sleep. You can see the Gyeothaejeon Hall, the royal bedchamber hall of the queen, from the Gangneungjeon Hall after passing through Yangimon Gate. This is the place where the mother of the country sleeps every day, keeping the side of the king, who is responsible for governing the country with giving right assistance. Their buildings are filled with the gracefulness and elegance. The name of Gyeothae, which looks light and shallow at a glance, is actually a name of Hue in Juyeok, meaning that yang and are exchanged one other to express harmony and life. Today, it has been widely used a word for an attitude of playing the kwatdo. It has a structure similar to the Gangneungjeon Hall. So there is no main roof right, Yongmaru. The queen usually used the room on the left, and when the king came to visit, they sleep together in the room on the right, which means yang. It seems that her waiting for the visit of the king all day long still remains in the Gyeothaejeon Hall. There is an article here at the back of the Gyeothaejeon Hall. It is called Amisan Mountain, named after the mountain, which is the most beautiful and mysterious in China. As its name suggests, it is creating fantastic landscape with colorful flowers, plants, and the buildings. Besides Amisan Mountain, there are chimneys at the back of the Gangneungjeon Hall to belch out smoke. However, the chimney here is so neat and beautifully decorated that it looks like a work of art rather than a just chimney. They were indeed the most splendid and clean chimneys in Joseon.